Watch and learn.
Wow, thank you so much, Grant. Incredibly gracious about you and your hosting and your fantastic throws there. I'm here with Will. We get into game number 2 of Boom Esports versus Fnatic. Will, this is a very intriguing draft. Lots of funny things going on. I'm very curious where the odds have it, and sure enough, they are favoring Fnatic. I feel like, you know, it's easy to favor Fnatic. They're a more experienced team. They got a lot, and clearly these lineups are unorthodox, but they're making them work. Now, what about this?
I don't see how Fnatic can win. I feel like I'm envisioning how the lanes look, and I think this monkey is gonna crush this Ember, or he should, and then after that, like, I don't know how this Lifestealer is gonna kill anybody because he has 1 stun on his team. Like, he has technically 2. He's got Rubik Lift and like chains. We're not counting Hunter Shuriken. So he's got like 2 stuns on his team, and there's a Darkseer on the other side that's just reset every fight with Surge. So I feel like unless Fnatic just like completely rolls the early game, which I feel like they're going to struggle with, considering, again, the Monkey versus Ember matchup is so Monkey favored. So
I think most would agree with you. Like, if you just look at these lineups on paper, the head-to-heads that are going to be taking place in these lanes, this should be a phenomenal early game for Boom. But, you know, Fnatic, maybe their skill, maybe their they play could just kind of carry him through. But even with that, they have to be pretty dang successful in the early game. You know, they made up some change. I was with Brian. I was kind of thinking this was going to be an ice off lane bounty hunter, and then have the Undying being more of his typical role. So I got to get your thoughts on this. You know, it's, of all people, of course, ice is going to be the one to take the Undying into the core range. But you know, how much confidence do you have in that? What kind of impact is he going to have in this game?
I feel like my confidence is low, but that's the thing about Dota, is I'm always willing to be proven wrong. Of course, I don't think it will work. But if it does work, then like, cool. Then, you know, there's something new that people can do. But I kind of struggle to see how it's exactly gonna work, and maybe my brain is just like too small. So I mean, I'm excited at the very least.
Yeah, maybe he'll show us something innovative, something with maybe some new build-ups. I know the zombies received a nice little buff in the recent patch. I think 10 damage per zombie, which, you know, if you leave that tombstone unchecked, could definitely add up. Well, but yeah, it's something we're going to keep tabs on. How is he going to prioritize these skills and new items to shift this up? Meanwhile, you know, you look at a hero like Bounty Hunter, and this guy was just gifted so much by the Frog. I was looking at some of the changes, of course, leading up to the big ones in 7.25, and I feel like Ice Frog's sitting in a room like, I really love Bounty Hunter. Why is nobody playing with Shuriken Toss? Yeah. And he's like, you know what? Cooldown's lower. You know, not enough? Damage higher. Not enough? Here's some great talents. And now it's at the point, here's the Ags. Yeah. And, you know, BSJ said some wonderful things that I didn't even consider. You know, yeah, Janata typically becomes such a dead ability in the later game, but now you can hit it to so many people. Bounty Hunter used to be one who hated people who 5-man and group together. Now he'll love it. It just totally changes the hero quite a bit, and I would imagine that Ags has to be one of the priority pickups early on.
Oh, I love your enthusiasm. I really do. For Bounty Hunter, I mean, I think the hero's really good. Like, I think it's steadily gone, but enough that maybe, for example, I think our team has tried it and it hasn't gone like the best, but maybe we're just not running it right. And that's the really cool thing about Dota, is everything can work and you never know what's broken until somebody smart figures out a way.
I love it. And plus Dota, an international game, we get to see these type of ideas come from all over the world. Yeah. You know, how many games could do that?
Some random guy in like a pub, Southeast Asia or Russia is gonna like figure this out and say like, this is straight up broken, and then eventually it'll go up the ladder high enough that like all the high rank players will start doing it. And those
are my favorite things in Dota, when you hear stuff like, oh, is that the Logan of Baden? And I'm like, who the hell's Logan? And they're like, oh, it's this guy from the pub scene. He does this shit all the time.
Logan buffed at Grace.
Yeah, it's
David M. Kim Omni Knight.
Yeah, I love those things. It's like the guy who has that shtick in the pub, and then it just comes around and it works out, and then it's adopted into the pro scene, and then they even get that little bit of a nod of credit. I think it's just such a wonderful thing. And here, Jab's doing that early bit of harassment. Very intrigued to see how he makes it work in that 5 position. You know, I don't know if an Ags is going to be in the immediate future, but something he can certainly apply at any stage of the game if it does come into his laps. But
this is not fun.
Mid lane, yeah, it's as expected, a rough time.
It is such a one-sided matchup.
15 and 10. 10 denies, now 11. My God.
And, stacks up. He's also going to use this to heal away. Like the last stack, always boundless strike, so he gets the max HP. And they can't do anything about top. Like, it's a bounty hunter life stealer. Like, they're not going to stop this from happening. So you're going to get this Darkseer that is going to get pretty fat. He's got top of the CS chart. Monkey King is going to get really fat. And then I have to imagine PL wins. He's not doing amazingly, surprisingly enough. Undying's actually doing quite well, but I have no idea. I can't even tell you what like my expert opinion on like the PL versus offlane Undying matchup is supposed to look like. So I won't even try to pretend as if
we'll have to just see how it works out for itself. This is just a small sample size, obviously, and we'll see how things unfold. But
I sort of feel like this Undying's gonna run out of mana at some point, and then PL's just gonna free farm. But that would be my guess.
Kodo feeling confident here, or getting the chase about with Moon, who's gone a bit deep into enemy territory. He's getting smacked on the back end, and look at Hyde. Oh, Hyde is so giddy. I got a haste room. Here I come. Slaps down the stun, and Hyde's gonna take that first blood.
Yeah, he came all the way from that top rune area to make the trek, and now Ice is gonna die.
Oh, okay.
Again, I can't stress this enough. I think Fnatic is a very good team, probably a little higher skilled when it comes to like my ranking board than Boom. So maybe they're just so good that it can work. But as of now, they are proving my initial suspicions, Dakota, about whether or not it could to be correct.
How far can you go with these types of drafts and these, you know, and be able to really execute and make them work? Yeah, they're going to be tested. They're going to be certainly tested.
I will say, I think, I don't even know if it's a good Ember game, because I think that it's pretty decent against PL, but PL gets hard, then he doesn't really care that much. And it's not amazing against Nyx, because Nyx can just pop his Carapace next to your Flame Guard, and you always have an instant initiation as a result versus that hero.
So I'll say what seems to be hard to say about Fnatic. They got nothing good, it looks like, going for them. On paper, at least. It's like, well, who's going to have a potentially good matchup in a good time? It feels like it really falls back on just outplaying.
Yeah, I think they can still outplay. They have some measure of like stuns, and I think could go off. And that's who they need to go absolutely crazy in this game. Because if you're looking at the laning phase, at least, all 3 lanes are going pretty well for them, I'd say. But there's going to be a dive towards bottom. Jabs has made his way down here too, and Dream's getting pretty low, but he does nail the tombstone first, and there's going to be even more TP support here as the Nyx comes in too.
Oh, nice stun. And look at Dream. He turns the corner. Jab says, I certainly did not commit this to get nothing. They want to get something out of it. They do.
He's got to die.
Get him.
He's got to die. Surely he's got to die.
Don't let him get away with this. Don't let him get away with this. He got away with it, and he's going to tag you on the way out. Oh,
that is crushing.
And they drop the sentry. Jabs will not be. He drops the sentry of his own, but he knows it's too scary to step back and go for. And it's not getting any easier anywhere else. I look to mid lane now, and look at Makoto. He's diving deep, going for DJ. Smacks him.
DJ just TP too, and he just died bottom, trying to kill the PL, and he just died. And there is a catapult here. I just looking at the difference in CS between the Ember. He's more than 2x'd him. He's got 43 to 19. He's got 25 denies.
This is a straight up ass beating out of outer space.
Yeah,
early on in this game. This is insane. Like, everything's just going right. I look up top. Darkseer is in a private island, it feels, just farming away in the top lane without a threat. Monkey King unhinged in this mid lane. Moon's making his return, and Monkey King's ready to flex on him. Hyde, where did he come from? Behind him. Moves in, tried to go for the two-man stun.
Now they're going a little bit too ham.
Okay, guys, they're all over the place. Now they're getting swarmed, and they will get Makoto.
I don't know what Makoto's...
That's a pretty penny right
I don't know why he decided to do that, if I'm 100% honest with you.
This might be Fnatic's plan. They are going to lure Boom into a false sense of security and let them swell up so big, a fat pinata that maybe Fnatic can pop.
So they intentionally fed the streaks, and they're like, ah, don't worry, it all comes back around in the end.
Yes.
It'll rebound back to us.
They'll take advantage of that new algorithm or whatever about the streak goal.
Yeah,
It's pretty significant still, right?
So what you do is you give the monkey like 9 kills, on purpose, of course, and then 3 fights later, you know, you're golden.
Yep. And you have track, hopefully at that point. You'll really swell up, but
he's dusted up.
you're not going to get track if you get the 6. 2-man stun. Nicely done there by Hyde. But there's no, like, kill burst here, so it's going to be drawn out a bit.
Really low.
But okay, yeah.
And he just walks in, dives the Ion Shell.
Mikoto would have been right there as well. There was nowhere he could go. And they're going to just swarm around 23 Savage.
They know he doesn't have TP.
Someone else does.
They're pretty sure he doesn't have TP, but Makoto's got to be careful. He,
All right, this time they know they can't get too greedy.
He's going a little bit too far for this, as Hyde...
Fnatic just swarm in. They can call for backup like nobody else, it seems. They just suddenly show up for their man and get the job done. BZ. Mikoto at the same time, though, is able to kill himself, it looked like, right?
He got the courier.
He got the courier, okay.
And he's in fact going to leap onto 23 Savage, who doesn't actually rage the stun, and he's probably going to die for this.
He is dead for that.
Oh boy.
No opportunity to get anything off there.
Definitely could have used the rage there. Would have had no mana, but I mean, it's better than getting stunned in that position. And the whole person whose laning phase went well, 23 Savage, does die.
You hate to see it if you're a Fnatic fan, but...
Love to see it if you're hoping for a game 3, though.
Yeah, if you're hoping for game 3, Boom is certainly on the path to just clean house here. Oh, I gotta see what the champion is. Where's Ice at? So your core Undying at mid lane, 7.5, 2-2-2 build. I don't see anything slotted up right now, so I'm curious if he's just hoping to get some sort of utility and bring the power in the mid game, but I don't know where Fnatic is going to fall back on, even as mid game approaches.
Yeah, I'm still looking for that answer myself right now, Dakota.
A lot of head scratching here for damn sure. But this is good mastering by Boom. They have that advantage in the top lane, the tier 1 being taken down, so they just immediately move into Fnatic turf.
Still were able to hold 1 outpost, so not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, they are able to get hold of their own at the bottom, so not a total loss here. Some neutral items now coming out, and an opportunity to take a tier 1 bottom lane as well.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty nice for them overall. That the PL starts coming into his own triangle on the left side. And interesting enough, like, Makoto's actually just playing this kind of like roaming Monkey King.
It's like, I'm just so swole, I'm gonna go take down anybody who's willing to show an inch. And right there, Rubik sticks his toe out and just gets pounced on immediately. Ice shows up now, and he's, I'm a core Undying.
I think he's gonna get this kill.
Wow. Okay. That guy just showed up and showed him really who's the big boy on the block. Damn.
That was a big kill for Ice. I actually didn't think he was gonna kill him like that.
That was very fast. I mean, Monkey King get hard, but oh, he's got 1,000 life. I was gonna say I thought Monkey King would have been pretty frail, but he actually had a little bit of life on him, and that Undying just hit that hard. Whoa. Okay, well, 23 Savage could be in a bit of a pinch here. Hyde hits him with the ult, but just gonna be a little bit of tickling damage. All right.
And he's still actually more farmed than lanes, as DJ's gonna get gone on, and Ice is still here. He's used the Surge for this, but Ice doesn't really have any abilities. Here comes Moon, but way too far out.
All right, good. You know, if Darkseer would have been caught out there, I would have been getting a bit nervous here for Boom. I don't want them to feel a bit too overzealous about the advantage that they've built for themselves in the early lane. You know, overconfidence of Makoto just not farming anymore and being around and trying to take fights. You know, you can't let that go on too long and get too crazy. And now back in the mid lane, he's back on the grind. Get that diffusal finished. Hit that power peak.
Crazy part is, even despite those 2 deaths, he's so far ahead of the net worth chart. That's how gone the mid lane was. And the Ember Spirit, I mean, he's even less net worth than the Undying is.
Yeah, I mean, lots of stacks in the jungle right now. Ember, this helps mend things a little bit, but you're certainly right. He's got a tough hill to climb up.
And he barely has more net worth than this Nyx.
Oh, Bottom lane, Makoto spotted out jabs. They dust him, take him out. High has the Savage Bomb, if you will, in his back pocket. Oh no, wait, not Savage Bomb. Sorry, that's Track. I got. Oh, you thought that was the Infest. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah, it's the same looking thing. I actually thought the same thing for half a second. I forgot which team Rubik was on.
Yeah. I'm also I'm more used to that other Track, the gold, nugget, whatever it is. When I see the old one, I'm like, wait, what is that? FPZ is, that quiet game on Darkseer farming through that top lane, but look how fast he's able to accumulate those utility items. Almost has the greaves complete.
Nice.
Could be prolonged a bit if they manage to bring him down. TP's coming though. They have that outpost control, so that means Makoto can step right into action. Rubik is pushed all the way back, and now 23 Savage looks to get into play while Makoto is able to ult out and get that finish on the ice. The rest of Fnatic on the other side of that wall, now fighting back to the low ground and can't really commit into the fight.
That's an additional 200 gold.
Can they get Hyde? Oh, stuns right there. They do manage to take down the tree of the Monkey King. He's stunned out. Blast him down. This is Fnatic's chance to gobble up the money that's there, and they're going to take more.
Track gold. Makoto is insane. I'm not sure why he decided to do that. Whenever he gets kills, he just immediately dies right after for it. And he's got to be careful because he's so far ahead that every single one of these deaths is so impactful. Like, I'm not sure why he feels the need to continue to go for those dives.
I mean, I think I mentioned it yesterday, and I could be incorrect. I want to say he is the 10k MMR player, too.
Oh, is he?
The mid laner for Boom. I want to say, when I was watching some of their old games, that it was mentioned he's the 10k player. But the leaderboard doesn't show 10k player. I don't know how you look up the current 10k players.
Oh, my keyboard actually doesn't work.
Oh.
Interesting.
But whatever the case may be, I'm not trying to take that away from him. But this, he's definitely got some brass on him.
I mean, for sure, he's a really good player, and he really.
You don't get to that level. You don't get to that level without taking those kind of risks. But Fnatic is not a team you can get away with all of those kind of moves. They will pounce. They will take advantage of you going just an inch too far.
All right, here we go. It's going to be a 5-on-5, and they're on the low ground right now. They're going to pick up the AA here for free. He is going to get the Ice Blast off, but
level 1, that's not enough to do anything. The jabs, they'll be fine. They'll take the 1. But good on Boom's discipline there. They recognize that this is not a fight for them to take, not a good position, and they totally withdraw.
This 3k lead that they have, though, I feel like it should be up to like 7 or 8 at this point.
Yeah, I think Fnatic can just creep their way back into this game. Not too much trouble, but Boom got to hold the reign. They got to pull up. Let's see, Moon's recovery here is looks like he's slotted out for Battle Fury build. Accelerate that farm to get back into being relevant and taking bottom outpost.
Do you think if they want to take that kind of 5-on-5 fight though, they have to be on the high ground together? The AA was just like such a weird position.
Yeah, it looked like Boom were hoping to converge in to kind of get a hold of Fnatic's jungle, but Fnatic were already there, nipping at the idea to take a fight. Ice. Grabs that illusion. He's going for a Yule's next. Undying.
Okay.
Oh. And jump on Makoto.
This is huge. That's the highest net worth.
The bomb out immediately, and he'll follow it up with a juicy, icy dessert in the Ancient Apparition.
And they know that Hyde is there. He's running away. They're going to pop the dust. They do get him with it.
Fnatic on the hunt. Oh my goodness. They take 3. A killing spree for Moon. Fnatic right back into this game. What laning phase? Something was wrong with the laning phase?
Nothing, apparently, Dakota. And look at that just drop.
Like, you would think going through that kind of experience in the early game would mentally test you and break you, but Fnatic...
No, I mean, Fnatic are just proving, if I'm honest, they're proving they're like the most disciplined team. Like, they know what to do in this position. Bad news for them is they still have to get over this PL hump, but 23 Savage, like, I haven't seen Dream in a fight, and 23 Savage has just been kind of out farming him pretty handedly, and he's been participating with his team with track kills, and he has done a lot for his team right now. one death that was kind of bad at top, but since then
he's just
been in
keeping
the
his
right
head
areas.
low, and he's getting the farm done. Meanwhile, mid lane, a big jump onto DJ here. Something for Boom to just get back their direction. They are successful in that takedown.
Yeah, and this is the first point in the game where Makoto isn't the highest net worth. That distinction is going to belong to 23 Savage, and it's going to just get better for him as he picks up the tier 2 tower at bottom. It looks like Boom really wants to finally take a straight up 5-on-5 because Rubik's dead, and they're going to make the move on Ice Ice Ice. He gets the jump.
Nice setup there. Smoked, initiated. 23 Savage shows his face there on the back as Boom tried to approach from the rear, and now they finally are able to isolate him. And they'll quickly take him apart.
And now it's Fnatic actually that make sort of the unnecessary maneuver. As Ice 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 dies, he's one of their biggest team fighters.
Oh, Moon, top lane. That defusal slows him down.
He does have a remnant charge, so he's just going to go back. It's at the very top right, too. It's in a really awkward position for them to get to.
Yo.
See ya.
And he whips himself on back. Good heads up there, but okay. I mean, this game still feels pretty damn close. You know, it's good to see Boom now keeping assertion, move forward, like you said, taking the team fight.
That was a good play. They had a 4-on-5, and they might even get more here as DJ. They get caught up. He does land a nice stun.
DJ was caught out first in that previous skirmish, and now again, just as he comes back, he's caught out. Jabs is gonna dish out some tracks, and they'll get some eyes onto Boom and what they're up to. But you know, we already know what Boom's up to. They're just gonna keep it fighting forward here. Fnatic will try to stall things out, I imagine, to see if they can get 23 Savage to a higher point and get Moon really into more relevancy. But for now, they still fall behind, and they're still crippled from that laning phase. They're still crippled by what Boom has going for them. They'll need more to recover. Halberd looks to be the next pickup here for 23 Savage, so looking to cripple the right click, but meanwhile they do drop the wall, looking to fight through it. 23 Savage tries to take it, but the surge, and look, Kodo from the trees drops out the ulti. Immediate pullback from Fnatic. They don't want anything to do with that. An opportunity, pullback.
He's just trying to grab the outpost ring time.
Meanwhile, they do have an opportunity to isolate the PL, but PL found his way on the other side of the wall and out from trouble. Well, I may have spoken too soon. They track him up, and they finish him off, and Boom are on the quick retreat.
You see that zombie? He's trying. Look at that. The single zombie. He's struggling, but...
We'll check out, because I wanted to see, I had my eyes mostly focused on the PL half of that fight, where they were able to pull him back in, but I wanted to see side here, and Chain's locking a lot of Boom.
Just not an ideal wall at all.
Yeah, Moon and 23 Savage caught on one side. You were talking about Ice 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 down there, going for the outpost.
The fact that he was able to do this and the fight still went okay for them. I mean, Dream was really away from the rest of his team.
Yeah, and Tombstone, fantastic positioning there on the high ground too. Made it very awkward for Boom to be able to get easily in and out of those fights. And, you know, I think we're seeing the first net worth advantage for Fnatic overall now.
And it might even grow from here as Makoto is almost certainly dead. He's trying to find a target. A Boundless Strike does get it off.
But it doesn't matter. He does end up going down a dominating streak as he falls though to the Ember, and he leaves his cousin PL behind. Oh, PL finds a nice little pick onto Jabs. The wall gonna be committed. Vacuum back on Ice Ice Ice, and Savage right under it. Committing down the Tombstone. Ice 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 heals it up to keep it alive. They can't quite put their focus onto it yet. Finally, AA dishes it down, and they step off. Moving in. Ice 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 self-fuels.
They're getting kited here right now. As Dream actually is going to commit for this.
Okay, nice AA. We'll catch Ice Ice Ice, but he's able to still get the heal off regardless. That means PL's going to fall. 23 free approaches, is able to get the grab on the Darkseer too. This is still Fnatic's game. Fnatic just taking it right back.
All of a sudden, they've got like a 1-2K lead. It all starts with the jump onto Makoto. They do lose Moon for that, but they're just overstaying their welcome. It feels like Dream is trying to overplay his hand.
So now we knew what the laning phase was going to look like. It did end up being as bad as we imagined, but
it was so bad.
But Fnatic recover, and now they're even on net worth. So now who has the better matchup when you just take 5-on-5 fights? First it was Boom, but You know, Fnatic are just kind of outplaying them.
Yeah, Fnatic definitely just outplaying them right now. Their team fighting is just really good, which we already knew about, of course, is Ice is going to get the Yules. Here's the jump.
Sniped, easy snipe. They didn't even have to put their bodies really into any sort of trouble for that one.
That was kind of okay, though, in terms of gold. 231 for the AA, but they got 200 gold for killing the tombstone. Yeah, it kind of works out.
Yeah, you'll lose your AA for about 20 seconds. Obviously, no defense going to be mounted here from Boom to try to hold this tier 1, but as a tier 2 now could be possibly under threat. And now they're going to lose all the vision here too. Fnatic control high ground. We already have seen what they can do with better positioning. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's a cute little stun.
AI splash should be huge, actually. This connecting on 2.
Fnatic won't even let them follow it up with anything, though. No. And I imagine it's still level 1 Ice Plus. Yeah, it's not even going to last that long. Just a little bit of a chill. You turn the AC on too high. It's not even cold. Not too threatening.
Yeah, you know, bundle up.
It's like, do I really need a sweater? Nah, you're good.
What item get just now?
On PL? Or
Ropo. Oh, okay.
Oh, who's that going to go on here? Oh, hold on. I hear 23 Savage. He's got a hold of a beetle. Hyde steps away, but he was tracked up. But there's this approach from Boom. Pull back, but Savage jumps right into Jabs. Jabs now under a little bit of pressure. I say that, but
23 Savage has no mana. He's got to be careful here.
Boom just hesitant, though. Obviously feeling a bit of mental damage, if you will, from losing the past couple of fights. Just making them a bit hesitant on their commitments now. I can't really fault them for it.
I would definitely be hesitant if I lost like 4 fights in a row in the fashion that they have.
Ice is going for the Agnums now. Really get the gains going.
Dude, Ags is so good in this game. I should note that. It's really nice because you're playing against a bunch of like int heroes that don't have a lot of AP to begin with. He gets like 2 decays off. That PL and that Monkey King are just gonna be paper.
Yeah, they're already skinny nerds, is what you mean. Just a bunch of skinny little nerds. Can't do a push-up. You can't do a push-up, and Ice is gonna come squatting through and hit him with some dumbbells. Man.
Is that, have you ever seen There Will Be Blood? It's like, I drink your milkshake?
No, I have not. Oh. I've heard a lot of good things about that movie, though. Definitely have to check it. I have time now. Let's do.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis, man, he's a beast. Oh, that's...
Oh, high ground, 2 that's really nice. Right now with the wall drop on top of it. Let's go, Boom! And see what they can get out of it. They drop the ult, they drop all the AoE they can. And Fnatic to crumble, to go down. Ice next.
Go Roche after.
And that nerd with the big pointy head just got all the bullies onto the high ground. Beautiful stuff.
Damn, that was sick. FPT was waiting for this moment. All right, well, they go right into the Roche pit. I feel like Roche should be pretty easy for them. I don't know if anybody can buy back or anything like that. And you can see that Jabs, I mean, he's trying to pick people off, but he's going to get dusted, and this should be a freebie too. And that's going to be 4 heroes and a Roche potentially. Moon is trying his best.
Trapped behind the tree. It's been spotted, but has that remnant of to get out. Oh boy.
That was sick by FPZ.
And that was the biggest thing Boom has for him since the laning phase.
Yes. Getting them onto the high ground. We're going to see that once again.
Got it once again. Look at just... This is like an Ice kind of classic too, but they just get pulled right into trouble. And it makes it so easy for everyone else to just lay a double wall on top. It's a stolen wall. But still, the AoE, the team fight significance there. But look who's already back into the action now. Fnatic say, yeah, I don't care you took the Roche. I don't care you got that extra life.
And this is really tanky. They should fight around him.
AI Splash there, and they finish off.
I don't know what team is going to win this game at this point, Dakota. It just back and forth every single time. Every single time that I think that Fnatic has wrapped up the game, Boom all of a sudden comes in and makes a sick play. Then Boom throws it back a little bit, and Fnatic catches the ball. They're just playing a nice old-fashioned game of catch. Right now, Boom is holding the ball.
Nice surge save there onto Hyde.
This is what I thought that. This surge.
Got DJ hopping all about. The chase still is on, though, as Makoto catches Ice from behind. Ice. Eats the Ice Blast, and his life is over.
This is what I envisioned the game looking like anyways, Dakota, was Fnatic just not being able to really nab anybody. The Darkseer Surge just being a little bit too effective.
Fnatic do nab up AA there on the bottom lane, but the real damage being done on the mid lane here by Boom as they secure that tier 2. And now Fnatic really have to kind of turn it up a notch and get back to out-executing Boom if they want to claw themselves back into this one. Because like you said, this is a position that Boom really should have set themselves up for based on the huge early game advantage. You know, it took a high skill play rather to kind of make it happen, but they're back into that position, that power position.
Yeah. And that was like through the power of, they're just having superior team fights right now. So it's not like they're not doing the right things either. It's just kind of disappointing because I feel like they could have just wrapped this game up like 5 minutes ago or been in an even bigger advantageous position. But instead, it's a little bit of a slugfest as both teams are just kind of, you know, going at it.
Which we all love.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, incredibly entertaining game already.
And 5-on-5 fights are always going to look a little bit awkward here.
Yeah, right in the middle of the river. You got high ground, low ground all over the place. Makoto shoving DJ back. Hyde is going to be the first to fall. They both drop. Turning back. Couple swipes onto Moon, but he obviously just dashes right out from trouble. And whoa, Jabs. Found Jabs, the secret agent from behind, trying to get all the intel. And they'll just gobble him up as an extra piece of money. Double kill from Kodo. He's got 2,600 gold. And that Orb of Destruction, too.
Oh, they were a quarter second late. They almost killed Moon right there.
30-minute outpost time. Looks like we'll be split. And to the bottom lane, no surprise here. Boom still have a tier 1 to take down. And something we just got to keep pressing forward, keep getting the objectives, use this advantage, and then try to force Fnatic to have very little options in the late game by just taking away all their farm potential. You know, in last game, Fnatic were just dominating. You know, how early did Fnatic have Boom corral inside their base? It felt like at 15 minutes almost.
Yeah.
You know, in this game, Boom have an even more seismic advantage in the early game, but they have much more trouble trying to keep Fnatic together and inside their own base. Fnatic are so fast to know where they have to get out and get things done mid lane. Oh, I witnessed the whole thing, and it was hard to watch. Moon just blown the hell up, and Boom just taking no mercy as they cross country through these lanes.
I have to imagine that, again, this game is still going to be really difficult for Fnatic to win. I think that Boom is doing all the right things now. Fnatic understands that they can't 5-on-5 straight up anymore, and so what they're looking for is pushing out the lanes, trying to see if they can get these like mini pickoffs and being really aggressive in these lanes. But Boom is thinking, okay, just 5-man together, and that's the right thing to do. Just work together, make pickoffs happen. They're starting to realize, I think, how strong they really are when they're just playing together.
See if they can close this one out. Swift takedown of Jabs. He does have a buyback. He does use it. It looks like DJ could be next. The wall's going to be committed. Split down the middle. Oh my goodness. That's also going to be 23 Savage, and he has no buyback, Will. My bad.
All right, I think they're pinging for Throne right now. I know they know that there's no buyback, right? And instead they're going to go for the safer play, which I'm okay with. But this game, again, Fnatic, they did a really good job, Dakota, of making it look closer than it should have been.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest, like post-draft, there should have been no doubt.
It would have been criminal for Fnatic to get away with such a lineup.
I think so too. And
playing it in the way they did, you know, it had been maybe an Ice off-lane bounty hunter. They shifted the Undying to support. You know, things could have ended up the same, but you know, now we'll never know. And with the position Fnatic have drafted themselves into, it looks like they will ultimately reap the consequences that have been expected or foretold by you.
They're gonna fight 4-on-5 because they don't have this life stealer, but they can't afford to give up megas. I think if you get megas, the game is almost guaranteed over.
Ice not able to finish that Agnums as he's getting big decays now. Not not going to lead him to being any sort of raid boss. Drops down the tombstone. This
They're getting
could
kind of
be
low.
it. It's a lot of damage. Maybe they'll take the Nyx. They're popping out the heal. It's not significant. Oh, immediate stun on the Moon as he tries to jump into action. And he is sent right back to the base. I think this could be it. Lifestealer now back. Ooh, Makoto, very low.
All right, they're gonna hold.
And he's out. He did not have an Aegis. He did not have an extra life. And that's enough to force Boom to pull off. Fnatic will be down, but not out. But, you know, that is a lot of money now for Boom. They're going to go shopping.
rich.
They got a big credit card right now, and they're going to go on a shopping spree.
They actually got so much money though for that. The gold exchange 3K in their favor, just for picking up some of those kills. But I mean, the road is still daunting. They've got a ton of racks left, no tier 3 towers. They're probably going to lose their Rubik here. DJ has no space to play on. The Phantom Lancer does not care. He's going to continue to chase right now. The Rage is out too. No defensive abilities. Ice has now come in.
Yeah, this might be it. Savage on the pushback here. Fnatic trying to take a fight outside of the base in hopes of catching Boom when they don't expect it, but Boom are just so swole by this point. It don't matter. They'll bring it. 23 Savage now going to be forced to run. Can they take him out? Can they end this game before he makes it back inside the base? Moon trying to stop him in their tracks. They ultimately will force 23 Savage to turn and fight, but he has no more mana to work with. He does have allies nearby who can escort him back out to safety, and it will grant them at least one more opportunity to take a defense.
And keep in mind, this is all without Makoto, who's one of their best ways of dealing with the Lifestealer, because he has Deso plus he has Orbo Destruction. Not quite there yet. Has a BKB, a lot of gold saved up too if he wants to use it. But it's
He's
still
back
3v5 now.
He's TPing to the outpost that they just claimed, but the fight's already on. Fnatic know that this is one of the few opportunities that they're not going to be full, and it's 5, but they're not getting anything from it. Nice 2-man stun going to be there from the Nyx, and I think Makoto will show up just in time to serve the white flag here for Fnatic.
Move. He just lost a quarter of his HP through the Boundless Strike.
Boom.
And GG is called. I'm glad that Fnatic decided to take that chance, but it just felt like they got completely counterpicked.
Yeah, the draft as it was did not bode well for them, and then they also kind of had, you know, they assigned their roles interestingly.